Okay guys, I'm going to try to take this video literally probably for the 5th time. So I'm going to try to make it kind of quick so that there's not kids running through the video or neighbors running through the video or someone making a phone call, so just real quick. This is what my wife drives, all right? So we got her a GX460. We got this thing probably been somewhere between, I don't know, I lost track of time, 3 to 6 months ago. And it's been a great car. So we test drove a lot of cars before we picked this. V8 four-wheel drive, frame on. My biggest thing was the frame on in the V8. Got rid of my truck, obviously. It's no longer here. So the best thing that we did is get some of the V8, and then one of these days, whenever we move, I'm going to buy a small trailer for it, and then we don't really need a truck anymore. Either that or go buy a cheap truck, because every truck I've had that I bought, doesn't matter what it is, call it I had a $2,500 truck one time, all the way, I've had them all the way up to 35 grand. They all get scratched and they all serve the same purpose. So as far as trucks goes, my days of buying nice trucks, I'll eat my words, they're pretty much over, because they all get dented and scratched anyways. So anyways, we got this. Gas mileage is pretty good on this truck. 21 highway, call it 15, 16 in town. But it's really not that bad. I mean, I know some people that have like an Acadia or something like that, and it gets like 18 miles per gallon mixed, which I think mixed is maybe 1 mile per gallon better. And this is actually frame on, and you talk about stuff that's got a unibody frame and called an SUV. It's not really an SUV, it's just a van with 4 doors on it, let's just be honest. And there's nothing wrong with that. You get whatever works for you, it's all about the layout. But real quick, this is the premium package. It's not the luxury package, and it's not the basic, so it's right in the center. So perforated leather seats, brown interior. It does have the third row, which we never keep up right now. We wanted the bench seat in the back, and the reason we wanted the bench seat in the back is because we have a dog that travels with us, and in order for her to stay in the back of the truck or the car, the SUV, whatever you want to call it, we needed a bench in the back, and it's actually worked out really perfect. We've taken the dog on a couple of trips now, and it's been perfectly fine. The dog actually likes it in the back. So sunroof, I mean, it's loaded out. It's got heated, cooled seats, navigation, like I think I said before, all-wheel drive. I know it does run on premium gas, which some people think is a huge drawback, but man, in all my years of owning cars, and I think I've owned probably 30, 40 cars, it's a minor expense. I mean, you pay a little bit more for gas, but the problem is a lot of people get caught up on the gas mileage thing, and gas mileage is just a minimal expense when you talk about the entire car. I mean, if you go out and buy a car that gets 32 miles per gallon, but then you trade it in and it's worth $500, that wasn't a good decision. But say you buy a car, V8, it gets worse gas mileage, but then at the end of the day, when you trade it in, you got 200,000 miles on it, you can still get 15 grand for it, kind of like this truck, then that's worth it. That's a good investment. So to me, I really don't care about the gas, as long as it's not something stupid like 13 miles per gallon highway. Gas is just a minimal thing into the whole equation. I know people that have gone out and traded in a paid-for car and bought a $40,000 Prius to save fuel, and that's stupid. So you got to really look at the big picture. A big thing for me is trade-in value. I like to think that we'd keep this car for 10, 15 years, but I know for a fact, I know how we operate, that's probably not going to happen. We got a child on the way, and if she just destroys the interior in it, then obviously we'll be trading it in quicker. But the good thing about these is you can find them online everywhere, and 200,000 miles, 13, 14 years old, they're still $15,000, $16,000, which is not bad for a 15-year-old car. So I'll show you guys the back seat. Perforated leather, heated back seat, third section climate controls, and then one of the things that people don't like about these is how the door pulls out. So it actually pulls out here to the side. We actually like it because it fits in our garage. We don't have to worry about the top of the door going up and hitting the roof or hitting the garage door. So that's the big thing for us. So of the other things is too we liked about this motor is it's essentially the old 4.7, and another big thing for me was the timing belt. So the old 4.7 used to have a timing belt. Great engine. I got a friend of mine who's sold a truck to a friend at work. He's got 330,000 miles on it. Same engine. This is actually a 4.6, but this has actually got a chain in it. And of course, the big thing for me was it also came with a brand new battery, because it seems like every used car that I buy, it's a matter of time before it needs a new battery. Literally, typically within, like, call it 3 months, I'm putting a battery in it, which is pretty aggravating. But this car is actually from Florida. You know, straight as can be. You know, nothing, no issues. The whole underside lights up whenever you hit the lock button on it. You know, for a used car, it was perfect. You know, for my wife, worked out well. You know, we've had several different cars. You know, she's had an Infiniti G35 sedan, and she's had a BMW, so this kind of fit really well within that realm. And honestly, you know, everybody talks about how luxury cars always have problems. You know, you got to buy them right. You got to buy them with a warranty, or buy them certified is really the best way to buy them, kind of like this one. But you know, the thing is too is, you know, for the price of, you know, what would be like a Camry, something like that, brand new, not necessarily this truck, but you can buy a luxury car for the same price. And a lot of people don't realize that. You know, I've been a couple places where people ooh and ah over a 10-year-old Mercedes Benz, but facts be known that that Benz was half the price of a Toyota Camry that someone else bought brand new that's just kind of ordinary. So stuff to consider. You know, what would we get for our next one? I don't know. I always think about that, what would we get next. You know, for me, I kind of like the new QX80s that they got showing out at the auto show, but you know, with the redesign and everything, we just kind of have to see how that turns out. But you know, we're a little ways off from that. But yeah, I just want to do a quick review and show you what we got, and show you what my wife drives. Thanks.